Previously on the Just Casual Vlogs, I was just getting started as a freelancer for Golden Guardians, working in their office. I was talking about all the video edits that I was doing, and then lastly talking about my path as a video editor. First, I'm gonna catch up what's been happening pretty much with one thing that happened every single month, because I don't want this video to be 20 minutes long and a waste of your time. So let's start off with March. I started going into the Golden Guardians office, freelancing for them, coming in 3 days a week, roughly, and doing some video edits for them. In April, Golden Guardians offered me a full-time position in esports. I finally did it. After 3-4 years, it happened in April 2019. In May, I gotta go to Las Vegas to cover the Warriors Gaming Squad, which is our NBA 2K team. They participated in a tournament, and it's the first tournament Warriors Esports has ever won. Yay! First trophy we gotta bring home. It was an amazing. I gotta cover, shoot some video, do some social coverage, take some content. In June, I gotta do LCL's tailgating for the first time as a full-time employer, and that was really exciting. In July, my responsibilities expanded more. I started doing academy coverage. We were doing a broadcast stream of the academy games, and I gotta commentate over that with Dana, the general manager, as well as some player guest interviews. And then I was managing some of the freelancers we were working with to make social content. In August, the big thing we got to do was go up to the Chase Center, which is the Warriors' new stadium. We got to see the inside look before the stadium opened to the public. That was really cool. Really feeling included into the Warriors organization. In September, I moved again. I was previously living in Long Beach, which made my commute like an hour and a half to work there and back because traffic absolutely was horrendous. But I moved somewhere in between. We love our apartment. It's amazing, and my commute's now like 45 minutes to an hour. In October, we started to work really hard on our off-season projects. There was a lot we were trying to do. We were trying to be really ambitious. I did not have that much time off. It was pretty crazy, but October was the start of that. The big ones for me was like social media content strategy, and also the Golden Guardians Media Day. We started hiring a ton of people. We started doing content like re-strategy and rebranding, and we see a lot of the fruition of that coming very shortly. In November, one of the things I had to do was the Warriors Gaming Squad Invitational. So I was pretty much in charge of the project of running a whole tournament. We hired some freelancers to coordinate the tournament and the brackets, all that kind of stuff. But pretty much in maybe 2 months, I pretty much got to start a project and end a project that ended up being really successful. In December, one of the biggest highlights was actually the holiday party we got to go to. The Warriors has a holiday party every year. This time it was on a cruise. That was an absolutely great time to just kind of relax and hang out and get to know my coworkers better. So in January, there's actually a lot to still talk about, even though it's only Monday, January 6th, when I'm recording this thing. Last Friday, I held a GGS Media Day that I was in charge of. It was absolutely bonkers. We were trying to gather a ton of assets for the whole split for the League of Legends team, at least as much as we could. And we had like 2 photo shoot stations, we had a green screen station, we had external media coming for interviews, we had peripheral checks for the players to get ready for the season, we had orientation, we had brand deck presentations, a ton of things going on. And I got to organize that whole project pretty much as the producer or like the project manager of the thing. And it actually seemed really successful. We're starting to get assets already, and the coverage on social media is bonkers. People were loving it. We had good social media coverage of the event too, which I helped coordinate. We have some absolute geniuses on the team that I had the pleasure of actually taking their ideas, abstract ideas, into something more concrete and coordinating everything and all the player schedules to get through all the things we need to do to save a lot of our team or a lot of our players time during the season so we don't have to bother them as much. All right, now that we're all caught up, the second thing I want to talk about in this video is future plans. I do not plan on doing a video 8 months from now. I want to do these regularly and I want to get back on the grind. So basically the 2 things I want from this channel: 1, to continue documenting my journey, and 2, to help others that are in esports or trying to get into esports, or to just like appease the curiosity of people that are interested in esports. So why do I want to keep documenting my journey? This is the 100th episode, and over these 100 episodes I've spanned over 3 or 4 years of content where I'm just like talking to the camera, and you can see me go from someone that's interested in getting into esports to actually being into esports. That's really cool, and I don't think there's many people that have actually covered that whole journey, but also it's really sad that the last 8 months I've been so busy and trying to make this content and video special that I didn't record anything for 8 months. And there's a lot of things that happened that I just covered with like pretty much one bullet point for each month, and things that I'm going to forget or have already forgotten. So I want to do these more regularly, hopefully on a weekly basis minimum, where I can just talk about like what I've been doing to the camera, to you guys. How cool would it be 10 years from now, look back over like 500 episodes of like, wow, Sam went from that to this. That's really cool. That's really cool for my kids when they get to see that. That's really cool for my family to see that. That's really cool for people that are on the same journey as me, that want to see how I did it, learn from my mistakes, and get into esports if that's what they want. I don't want this whole 8-month hiatus to ever happen again. So the other piece of content that I want to create is to really focus on helping others. So that might be a Q&A video where I'm talking to the camera like this. That might be taking esports topics that I just want to talk about because I feel like I learned something about it, I have a strong opinion about it, or maybe I made a huge mistake and I need to share that so you guys can avoid it. So the thing that I also want to have a disclaimer for is that I'm going to try to keep content that I make on this channel as simple as possible. There might be some random things that I might be experimenting on this channel, but pretty much I plan on editing these videos just straight off of my iPhone. Why? Because work is busy and I'm trying to really find a work-life balance that really works for me and my family. And I also need to just like relax and enjoy my life. What that means is that I may or may not have a lot of time to polish this content to perfection. And also like my job responsibilities right now don't require that much video editing. So maybe video editing is actually not the future of my career. I'm not sure yet. But because of that, I really want to avoid time being the reason why I don't make this content, why I don't make the videos. Thanks for sticking around. Leave some comments below, share some love, and I'll see you next time. Bye!